Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. And looks like we have a book of transfers today from Mr. Adam McQueen.
Madam Chairman,
Yes?
this is in regards to the email that I sent to each one of you concerning what Adam is going to be talking about, if you call that email, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, I guess, first
morning.
of all. Thank you, council members, for including me in your agenda today. I know that I'm a large part of the agenda and really wanted to try to tie up as many loose ends as we could before the end of the year. So for the first two, A and B, I'm actually here on behalf of the courts. The first request is in reference to the some increased costs for updates to the reference books that the courts use, specifically the Indiana Burns reference law books, as well as Westlaw. There was recently an update that occurred, and it would cause or will cause the courts to exceed their current budget. And so the request today is so that they don't exceed that budgeted amount to transfer $20,000 from line item 13490 within the Court Services County General Budget to line 22470 for reference books. I do want to note too, and happy to answer any questions about this, that the courts have already accounted for this increased cost in their requested budget for 2026. There was a requested increase on that.
Yeah, there was. I remember that.
So these will be spent yet in '25?
Yes, sir. The known expense right now is $16,136.94. However, it is anticipated that there may be an additional update before the end of the year, and that was the purpose of requesting the $20,000.
Adam, I have a question. So is this to maintain the books they have? Are they making repairs, or they're buying new books, or both, or what exactly?
These would be updates to,
Oh, okay.
specifically to the Burns reference law books that the courts use.
So then they have to be inserted or whatever they
Correct,
do
correct,
to
yes.
do all that? Okay,
Or redacted for law that's, yeah.
okay, thank you.
All right, do we have a motion?
Are these digital or are they printed?
Yes, yeah, they are digital.
Legislative session or updates.
Do we have a motion?
I move
That
we
makes
approve
sense.
the request on the
Yeah, every time the
transfer
law
for reference
changes,
books.
right?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none.
Thank you. The second request that I have is, again, on behalf of the courts, specifically the Court Services County General, line item 33230, transferring $20 from that line item into 33240 to help pay for the anticipated shortfall for data packages that the courts use.
Motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Up next?
Thank you once again. The next few, actually the remaining items on the agenda under my name are specific to some transfer requests within two grant funds, one being the JRAC grant that probation has received since 2015, and the other being within the grant that Community Corrections receives from the Department of Corrections since 1986. I think, is that right? So for my part of that, what I am requesting is permission to transfer money from within fund number 9139, that's the JRAC probation grant, from line item 22131 in the amount of $3,046.90 into same fund, line items 22110 in the amount of $676.70, and the remaining $2,370.20 into line item 33620. So the bulk of that, specifically the printer maintenance myself and Jennifer Romack, the Community Corrections Director, several months ago began talking with our current maintenance agreement, the company that has our current maintenance agreements for our copiers. We were told that our machines were respectively 11, 13, and 14 years old, and that at this point parts were so difficult to find that they were having to fabricate any repairs. Basically, we were told that they wouldn't continue to honor any maintenance agreement moving forward, and that we needed to consider either purchasing or leasing new machines, new copiers. Reached out to initially the Department of Corrections just to get that sort of initial permission to move forward. We've gone through all of the proper channels, that being the initial permission of DOC, permission of the advisory board, and then the formal written permission from the DOC. And so we've got everything lined up in order to move forward with the lease of new copiers. We have been to a commissioners meeting where we presented quotes for those copiers. We now have the contracts and are on the commissioners' agenda this afternoon for the final step of this. So essentially what I'm getting at is we've gone through the entire process and wanted to make sure that we had everything lined up before we requested to be on council's agenda.
Is this the last year for JRAC?
For the grant itself. So we were awarded a less amount for 2026.
Okay.
I anticipate, we've been told by our regional representative that the DOC cut $7 million from its grant fund for the grant funds that it awards in 2026, and they're anticipating another $6 to $7 million will be cut in 2027. I don't know what that impact will be on our departments yet, but we should know, I think, in May of next year what 2027 will look like for us.
All right, thank you. Okay.
So that is my part. I don't know, the remaining line items on here are actually specific to Jennifer's community corrections grant that she gets from the DOC.
Okay. Let's vote on this transfer that you just explained.
Second?
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Looks like the next four all are going into travel and training. We could probably take those all together if you want to tell us.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So the DOC has requested that, strongly suggested that our department increase our training for this year into next year and the following years. So we do have 2 remaining trainings for the year, and so we do want to move the line items for FICA, perf, overtime, and cell phone data into travel and training so that we can cover those trainings for several of our officers. So,
You know what the total is for those 4?
do not. Just a second, please.
We have 23,2505, 1,084.30, 114.45, and 930.20. 44.54?
454.
Okay, yeah.
We're all in agreement.
Did you do that
No,
all by
Barry did.
yourself?
Yeah, I did it in my head while I was reading it.
Hey, girl. I mean, I had my little thing going over here, too. I'm better than Jeff.
I didn't even do that.
Wow.
I didn't even do my calculator.
No, I saw Barry's little fingers going crazy over here. So, does anybody have any further questions on those? If not, I'll entertain a motion. to
So
offer.
moved.
That'll all be spent in this calendar year yet?
Yes.
Second.
Motion and several seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. All right. We're down to H.
So the next 4
Okay.
are transfers that we would like to put into, or I put into contractual, professional, and then copier maintenance.
Okay.
So as Adam had mentioned before, he and I are splitting the copier lease agreements and maintenance fees. So we would like to, the part-time bookkeeper and overtime and insurance to be moved to contractual professional and copier maintenance. And I do not know that total either, I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
Which grant is this within?
This is the DOC grant.
Thank you.
That one's,
So it's $900?
well, I think that the $82 one is in there. There's 4 of them there.
Okay. I didn't know if we were doing
I think
contract
I
professional
got 100,
separate.
I got 1,150. Is that right?
The first two are going into contractual
Yeah.
professional, the last two are going into
Copier
copier
maintenance.
maintenance.
So does it need to be 2 separate motions?
It's all in the same grant for the same purpose. And then I think we can
Yes.
just take all those together.
Beth, I would make the motion that we move the money to transfer according to the sheet that we have before us.
Second.
All right, motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? One more.
Okay, the last transfer,
The big one.
this is going to be in our project income, which is our collections fund. And so we would like to, I would just like to move $14.25 from PERF to the work crew supervisor salary. We were just a little short
To
on
make everything
on
whole.
that.
Thank you. I appreciate you doing that.
Motion to approve.
I have a question. So if you're a little short on that, is this going to take care of that, or?
On the work crew supervisor? Yes, so basically, so the work crew supervisor, he is paid through project income. So we just need to formally move the $14.25 to his line item on his salary, so.
Okay, just checking. Thank you.
You have a motion? We have a second?
Yeah.
I didn't hear. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? There are none. Thank you for
Thank you all
taking
for
time
your
to come
time.
and explain all that to us.
Thank you. Hopefully that wraps everything up for the year for us.
You guys are doing a great
I
job.
wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah. Just keep me on the agenda. for
Yeah,
the
Adam
19th,
likes
right,
coming
so.
here.
Thank you.
All right, up next is Mrs. Debbie Teeman, recorder. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Debbie?
Good. I just have one request. We've moved to 40-hour weeks instead of 35 and a half. So I have one salary, a full-time salary, that's paid out of the Recorder's Perpetuation Fund that will be short $2,123.66. So I would like to move out of 1189, 13490. It's the part-time position that I've eliminated. There's money in that. It's still in the Recorder's Perpetuation Fund, so I'm just transferring it into the full-time line item, which is 1189, 10232.
All right, any other questions?
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Debbie.
Debbie.
Mr. Dan Burke.
Morning.
Morning, Dan.
The transfers I'm going to ask for today is to fund the fringe benefits and the FEMA grant that we have. Our grant was cut from about $290,000 to $150,000, and we've dedicated all $150,000 to salary for that person. It is a very vital, this position is to prevent infant mortality in Wayne County. So what I'm asking to do is move the office supplies in that grant to the group health insurance, and then move funds from our COAG grant 9166 from the supplies other line into the FEMA group health insurance line.
All right, I think we can take both of these together.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Higginbotham?
Two requests. The first one is the overtime issue at the fairgrounds. We've discussed this a couple times. This issue should start to diminish because of the position that you approved to fill this morning, and the other employee who's been out on FMLA has started to come back part-time, but will be working back up to full-time. So requesting to transfer $3,000 from the part-time position into the overtime line item.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none.
Then the second request is to transfer money into the utility fund. If we look back for the heating of the summer, 5 out of the 6 months from April to September, the cooling degree days were much higher than they were the year before. And just as a side note, the month of June, when the 4-H fair is there, the number of days that they are there, they pay for the utilities. So we've actually quieted in about $7,000 into the general fund, but that comes out of that line item. So we paid for the entire month, but then they paid for part of the month, about $7,000. But we were asking for a transfer of $8,000 from the part-time line item into the utilities.
All right. Motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? There are none.
Okay, thank you.
I like the end of the year, we're getting stuff all cleaned up and ready to start it all over again. Mr. Holscher, do you have something you need to present?
Pardon?
You're on the agenda for the transfer from the TIF.
Yes, I want to transfer $23,177.29 from a fund, an account that hasn't been used for years. Trying to clean up the books. That money belongs to the county redevelopment fund, and that's where I would like to put it.
Doesn't just go into the redevelopment fund in the beginning?
It should, yes.
It should.
Yeah, it's
And
been,
it just
that
hasn't
account's
been.
been used. Sugar Creek would be very surprised if they didn't think their account was the bonds were being paid.
Yeah, yeah.
I bet they would.
It's from 2019.
Okay, evidently it's.
Basically, this is one of the few times when we didn't pledge 100% to the bonds.
Oh.
90% was to debt service, 10% was to be captured but go into the unrestricted fund for
Okay.
use by the redevelopment commission.
Mhm. Okay, so
We approve the request.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned.